Madam President.
The senator from Missouri.
Madam President, I want to talk principally for the next few minutes about a bill that Senator Boxer and I have filed this week on Israel and talk about what's going on in Israel. But on the work that's the bill before us right now, I'm always hesitant to disagree with the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, my chairman, my good friend Senator Mikulski. I just think we're headed in the wrong direction here. Providing money and not trying to solve this problem, not sending the right message, I think is a mistake. People are leaving these dangerous countries. If they're dangerous to be in, they're also dangerous to travel through. They're dangerous to leave. One of the concerns I've had during this whole debate is how many kids leave their home country and never get to the American border. And what happens to those kids? And we've heard stories in briefings that weren't classified about kids that never get here because they get sold into some sort of terrible situation. Even kids who their organs are harvested and sold that way. This cannot be something we need to continue to encourage. In fact, if you do qualify for asylum in the United States, there's a way to do that. That's why we have embassies. That's why we have consulates. Surely it's safer for someone in Guatemala City to go to the American embassy in Guatemala City than it is to leave Guatemala City and try to come through their country, through other countries, to Mexico to get here under the control of people who have tried to make the most of the president's announcement that if you get here, you can stay here. That's not the Red Cross bringing kids here. This is not some altruistic group bringing kids here. These are people who are taking advantage of misinformation in their country about what happens if you get here, and some of these kids don't get here. Doing this in this way, money without policy, acting like somehow it doesn't cost anything if it's an emergency, and so we can continue to do everything that the chairman mentioned that needs to be done in the United States, but we can also do this because it's a supplemental, it's an emergency, it's more money we borrow from somebody else. Life's full of choices, and for our government we have choices. There are things that need to be done right now to send a message: do not leave your home country. The door is not wide open, no matter what the president's announcement in 2011 led people to believe. The law needs to be changed so that immigrants from all countries coming to our borders are treated just like immigrants from Mexico and Canada coming to our borders. They have an immediate hearing within 7 days or so. Almost all of them are told you have to go back, and once that happens, almost all of them stop coming. This would be a mistake to do this in this way, and I believe this bill never winds up on the president's desk. The House of Representatives doesn't share this view, even if a majority of the Senate does. We need to send a message to Guatemala, to El Salvador, to every other country that the door is not open. Just getting here is not enough. This is not a safe Disneyland type ride to the United States of America. This is a very, very dangerous thing for you to try to do, and you should not try to do it. And when you get here, it's not going to be successful. Again, let me say, if you have a case that you should have asylum in this country, there is a way you do that that's much safer than showing up at the border. And we shouldn't encourage the danger that these kids go through. I think the case is very dramatic on the side that cares for the lives of these kids. We should send the message strongly and now: do not come the way you're coming now. The kids that get to the border we're concerned about what happens to them as a country because of who we are. We should be equally concerned about the kids that never get to the border because of this false message we've sent.